In honor of Earth Day today, I thought it might be kind of fun for us to try and build an eco home. I'm kind of picturing sort of like a modern style cabin with the off-the-grid trade and like wind turbines, solar panels, enough plants to grow their own food. Just the kind of lot that could be fully self-sustaining in the game. And I might build it in Gibby Point, possibly up here on this Prospector's Paradise lot, kind of in the back corner where it's like a little bit out of the way, but there's still a town sort of nearby. And step one, we're gonna put off the grid so it has no power grid connected. And I also want to turn on simple living. So if you're gonna play here, you have to have the ingredients in your inventory to be able to cook something. And maybe just like as a fun little bonus, we can have foxes. Some wild foxes. I think we could have some bonus traits too, like an eco lot so it moves towards eco-friendliest faster than others. Maybe there's a natural well and spring water runs under the lot, reducing utility bills and offering fresh, clean water from the tap. And maybe I'll do great soil too, so that the gardening will go better here. I think that'll help us. This is kind of a big lot. It's 40 by 30, but I don't think the house itself should be that big. And I kind of have a reference photo. I don't want to build this exactly. I just kind of wanted to show you this almost as like an inspo pic. I liked how this cabin looks a little bit more modern. I like how it has the attached greenhouse. I like that it's made of all wood. I think this is a prefab tiny house that you can buy in real life, but I don't want ours to be a tiny house. I just want it to be a little house that kind of has this sort of energy. Also, I recorded an entire different video this morning and turns out my mic wasn't working. So the entire thing is silent. You can hear the game, but you can't hear me. I fixed it. You can hear me now, but I'm in a little bit of a weird mood because of that. But anyway, let us begin. I think that maybe we should use some of the stuff from Adventure Awaits. I'm kind of curious about these larger windows specifically, especially for that greenhouse part that I was talking about. I kind of like this lighter toned wood as well. Oh, that needs to be smaller. Oh my god, this is actually really little. I think that I might regret this. I don't know. I love this roof trim, and I think that it might be kind of neat for us to have maybe like a light blue as the roof color. Oh, what if instead of having the greenhouse directly attached, what if it was attached by like a little raised walkway or something? Do you think that could be kind of interesting, or is it just weird? That greenhouse is like the same size as the actual house, which is probably not good. Then we want it to be a little bit smaller. I don't know. I think maybe there's some potential here. I'm gonna try and use just the base game glass roof bits. Oh, I wish they came in white. The Greenhouse Haven kit one is so much better, but I do want to use the Adventure Awaits windows, I think. I hope there's a door. Yeah, okay. It's like a sliding door. That's perfect. I don't normally use these for a greenhouse, so I think that's kind of a cool touch. Does this have a matching? Oh, I love that. Okay, I think the house needs to be bigger, but I'll get there in a second, don't worry. I wanted to see about this. Of course, by doing that, the roof is much lower, but I think I kind of prefer that. It's got a kind of interesting texture to it. Although an alternative choice is maybe to put glass. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Wait. Go back. Everything go back. I think that's really cool. Should we have the overhang on the roof? No, that's weird, right? Okay, what I think we should do maybe is have a trim around it. I feel like it needs something like that. And then like some columns or something, you know, just to make it look more finished. I bet we could have, oh no, never mind. I was gonna say, but I could have that go all the way up the middle, but you can't. Does it help to maybe put some more of these columns in the middle a little bit so it looks like the windows are a different shape? One of these has to come in the same color, right? Oh, but it's like so dark. I guess we could use that grayish roof tone just so we can get it to match, but it's not nearly as cute, is it? Maybe not. It does come in white if we wanted to try and use that, but I'm kind of leaning just towards no. I will use that thing though, I think. All right, this is like so strange maybe, but I've got a vision. So you have to just trust me on this, okay? I think that it's gonna be really good. Ooh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This game is so hard. If I did this with spandrels instead of with, I wonder if that might look a little bit better. It gets much thicker because these are like, oh my gosh, because these are really big spandrels. But maybe that's kind of an interesting thing for us to do. Kind of getting myself in a bit of a complicated situation here. I think that this could be okay, especially once there's trees and things added in. And you know, stuff like this, the chimney will help break up the roof a little bit more. Oh, I also wanted that part to be flat, I think, our little walkway. This place is huge. Okay, here's my idea for the floor plan so far. I'm thinking we could have 2 bedrooms here, and then these 2 are bathrooms. So there is an ensuite bathroom for the primary bedroom. I am not sure if I want to use the eco lifestyle doors or not, but I kind of think I do. They look a little bit weird. Like when you put them inside spaces like this, I feel like it's kind of strange. Maybe it's not as big as I thought because this isn't actually that much space. Let's use this same door right here. See, that's like the wrong color now, but is that the right color? It's so orange. I guess it is. We're having really orange doors. Well, in terms of furniture, I'm thinking that the living room could kind of be oriented this way. This is gonna be the front door, so we gotta make sure we've got like a clear entryway into here, but the living room can be like this. I thought we could have the kitchen along this back wall and probably even a little kitchen island because that's kind of a cool use of the space. Then we can do a dining table. I wasn't planning on using one that's that big. I do kind of like how many chairs it has though. It's just really tight in here, but it's technically, you can still walk around all of it. I feel like I kind of like that. Oh, but if I wanted to have a back patio, I guess the door would probably want to be like right there, wouldn't it? Oh, so maybe this won't work because that's way too much. Like that's way too big. If it has to be just 4 chairs, that's fine too. I think it being like that is probably all right. We'll get another one of these doors so they can go outside. It's got a little bit of extra overhang on the roof right there, and I think that's perfect. Okay, let's talk about the windows quickly. Kind of looking at Adventure Awaits and eco lifestyle for this and seeing how we can combine them. I'm thinking I will do these windows kind of like this. We can make this part like a little sunroom thing in the front there. Maybe there could be another one of those in this back bedroom. That would be really nice for the Sims to have. Okay, there's the windows in the little bathroom. Maybe I can make the bathroom for all the Sims to share bigger because that might be nice. Our kitchen windows, I'm not sure if I like that. It kind of depends what we're gonna do with the cabinetry. But that might be fine. Honestly, just that number of windows. Let me bring the whole place forward a little bit more. I sort of like the idea of the staircase being off to the side for them to get up to the front door, but maybe this staircase can be more like right there. We have to have a big like garden area outside and maybe also like chickens or something. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about giving them cows, but I don't really like how the cow barn looks with this. How does this fence look? I don't normally use this one. So maybe that would be a fun thing for us to try. I kind of like it. Okay, there's our walkway, there's our spandrels. I think I might use a little bit of stone as the base of the building because I want to have the rest of it be wood. So this could be a nice accent color. Oh, but maybe we could make the little walkway be on stilts. And also maybe the greenhouse can have a wooden base. So there's some more variety. Okay, starting to get some of that eco lifestyle stuff in. Those are our solar panels. Here's our little wind turbine. Power production rating 3 on that. This is power production rating 2. I'm not sure how much we would need to power the whole place. We could probably also have some that are outside, like in the ground. Okay, so my initial plan as I was starting to build this was gonna be to use this Adventure Awaits like cabin wallpaper. There's also a slightly wider version. Well, maybe I like the wider one better. Doesn't that look better? Okay, let's try that. This stuff looks like it was born to be a deck, so we can put that. That looks so good right there. And then outside, how should we best lay it out? Maybe like this way? Well, maybe I should make the deck be on stilts too then. I really like the mixed foundations. I think that's kind of cool. Got my stair railings added in. I'm feeling like the inside should be really neat and like not very much clutter, very subtle and like clean everywhere. Oh, we could do this green tile in the bathrooms. That's cute. I really like how that looks along that back kitchen wall too. I love that. Let me get the end piece counters because those are kind of a fun detail. I actually wasn't planning on doing this part just yet. I was gonna do the whole outside and then come back to the interior, but now I'm kind of excited about this, so I might do the kitchen. I was also planning on changing the color scheme up a little bit, but this default stuff that I put is kind of good, isn't it? Okay, I'm putting some shelves above the fridge. I'm gonna get this stove hood above that. These things don't look like they'll be very functional off-grid, but oh well. It's like no longer a cabin in the sense that I thought it would be when we started building it, but I don't even mind because I'm having fun doing this. This has an industrial eco footprint. Like we don't want that. That's so sad because I would love to have a fireplace, but I don't want an industrial footprint. Do all of them have an industrial footprint? Industrial. I guess they like release smoke, so maybe that's why. I don't think we should have a fireplace. I think it's not in our best interest to have any kind of industrial eco footprint, so I'm gonna have to scratch that plan. I'm so sorry. I will put maybe these little guys to make my own custom TV stand. Oh, can they have a TV? Maybe they don't get a TV though. Is that bad? I guess actually it's probably a good thing for them to not have a TV. We could do a really big art print. I wish that this was framed. There are actually some of those big ones in debug. Hold on. I'm thinking about the debug one from the base game. It's like one of the microscope prints. It's giant and it's green, but it does have a black frame, which I'm not sure is the right thing for this. Oh, this one kind of looks good too. This is what I was talking about though. Maybe even too giant, dare I say. I think I like that. I guess we could use this one elsewhere. Maybe I size it down and put it right there. Or we could do this in the bedroom or something. All right, I think we're really getting somewhere with this. Unfortunately, I have to go for a second because I have to do my OCD therapy now. If we didn't have that incident earlier with the microphone, this wouldn't be happening. I would be able to have finished recording this video in time, but alas, I will see you in like 1 hour. Okay, I'm back. Feeling a little bit weird. But I'm just gonna play my game and try to distract myself. So let's get back to what we were doing. I kind of started the inside, I guess, but I think I want to try and do a bit more on the exterior because I feel like it looks kind of weird on the lot right now. So I want to fill it all in a bit more. And I think I'm gonna start that by getting some debug plants from Adventure Awaits. There are actually not that many, but I'm gonna try and use what we can. I don't think I want to use the palm tree stuff though. I'm thinking more trees like this, which are mostly base game. I kind of want it to look like it's enclosed in a little forest or something. Well, that's probably a bad spot for it. I don't want it to block the staircase. Yeah, so we can try and get as many of these in various different sizes as we can. And then we could possibly do this one. Is that too tall right there? Oh, these are fun because that looks like a literal forest. Okay, let's do that. Should they be, is that as far over as I can get it? I think that should be fine though. I like how that looks from the back. I think I don't like this one. Okay, in terms of landscaping, do you think that this little guy might be kind of cute for us to put on the walkway? It's got some little flowers. I feel like I could probably use a couple of those, you know? Wooden bench with some plants. Oh, and these little potted plants are so helpful. Let's get some of those on our porch too. I like how they have some color to them as well. Yeah, I can put a couple of those in the back. Maybe size that one down. Can I size all of them down? They're so little. I think that's cute. Okay. Oh, I think I was doing a bunch of these in the other times that I've been landscaping with this world before. I wonder if we can try and make that work again, because I kind of like this bush. It's a little bit different for me. Imagine if there were trees out here too. That's way too big. Don't use that one. I don't know about that tree. It's an interesting shape though. The only problem is you can't get them that close to the house. Oh, how about that one? Because that's like a taller bush. I have some of those that are just in the regular game too, so we could do that. Oh, how am I gonna have a chicken coop in the middle of this forest? Oh my God. And to think, I thought I was gonna have a cow. You're not gonna have a cow, Kayla. You can barely fit anything over here. Oh, can I put a couple of these? Maybe we can do some like custom little bits of flowers in them, you know, in the back. Okay, I've got a bunch of little bushes down everywhere. I'm gonna look and see about the fencing now. Do you think I should just use this same one? And should we like enclose the yard this way? That's not even clipping through a tree, so we might be able to. Yeah, I think that's probably in our best interest to have it closed off, because then if we've got any chickens, they won't escape. Is this plant in debug? I know that there's one of those in the regular game, but I like how that one's a bit darker. Oh, I love this little sign. We can try and use that back there somewhere. Oh, we have this plant. That one fits pretty well in there, actually, in the little corners. I don't know, maybe it needs to be smaller. Okay, I wanna look at some of the cottage living debug now. I just wanna get some more bushes added. We do have some space for them. These ones are like a little bit smaller. And then I was kind of thinking that we could do some of this, because this is like just very large ground cover. And I think that that helps with making the yard feel less bland. We can just add some of those in around the place. There's also some smaller ones, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, like this. We could do those bits a little bit closer to the house, maybe? Okay, and then imagine if we had some terrain paint. I think, let's get a tree that can go right in front of the building. Oh, I love that one. That is almost certainly way too much, right? Oh, but I would love to use it. You could probably have another one in the backyard. Can there be another one over here? Does it look like a forest to you? Like, I hope so. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use this little tree in the front. I think that's really good. Kind of covers it all up, but hopefully not in a bad way. Okay, let's try that. I think we maybe need some little where Adventure Awaits windows up high on some of these bits. Somehow I never painted this front bit, sorry. I think it's because it was technically a bunch of different rooms. I want to have an off-the-grid light, but I don't really like any of them. So this one's from Adventure Awaits. Maybe I'll just put one of them though, because then it's like a little bit less light that needs powered. That might be good for our Sims that are gonna live here. I think this part should be white. Oh, that's the lightest it can get. Maybe I'll make it wood then. We could also probably do the ceiling. with that same color. Should I do the top? Oh, these parts should be the wood color too then. That's way better. All right. I'm curious about putting this little trellis in the back. I know that it's just like on the side of the building, which is maybe kind of random, but wouldn't it also be kind of nice if they had a little bit of extra privacy over there? Privacy from who? I don't know. Just privacy, I guess. And then, oh my gosh, there's like nowhere that is open forest for us to put extra solar panels. Do you think we could do a couple on this part of the roof? You can see them from the front. Maybe that's a good thing. Wind turbine doesn't really fit on the glass roof, so maybe we skip out on that. We are gonna need to have some water collectors. At least one. I'm thinking probably 2 or even 3, just because that's like the only way that they can get clean water. So we can definitely put some of those. Oh, maybe they could have a little teeny tiny pond as well. What do you think about that? I think it could be really small, but the benefit of that is that they can collect water out of it, which would probably help them. I'm gonna make it kind of mossy and gross. Okay, I added some lily pads. Oh, we can also get the fishing allowed sign. Can I make it smaller? Some little plants. And then pond effects, let's put some mosquitoes. I think the ducks are gonna be too big, so is the gator. But we can put some fish so that you'll see those in the pond. And then we can also do some butterflies. I love the idea of being able to see these around the environment. I'm getting like a few different ones. Oh, here's tadpoles too. Let's get some of those. Maybe we can also put some fireflies around. I know this looks so weird in build mode, but in live mode, it's gonna be amazing. Okay, they are gonna have a little chicken coop. I'm kind of putting it in the forest a little, but that's okay. I think that they could also probably benefit from some crops. Most of our crops are inside, then we've got a few out here in the back. Maybe they should be smaller. So if we just do that many, I know it's kind of clipping with the tree, but not anymore. If we do it like that, then it's like nice and even and in line with everything properly. Okay, and then let's just shove the chicken coop way back in the corner so you don't have to see it. Oh, I bet they could use a bike, not a spin bike, just a bike. I like how this one from Businesses and Hobbies has a little basket. I'll put it over here by the front entrance. Like they just left it outside while they were on their way in. Okay. I'm gonna get myself a little walkway. We want it to like curve around in between the trees a bit, sort of like that. And that's how they'll get up to their door. They can have a mailbox. This one's kind of outdoorsy, but it's also not very modern, so maybe we just try the white one. I want to get some terrain paint under the pond, and then we want to get some dirt, like all around underneath all of our plants and stuff. There's so many plants. How am I still going? I think I got all of it now. Just gotta make sure we get some dirt underneath the trees too. Sometimes when I do this with the path, I like to also put like a little bit of a darker terrain paint. It's very slight, but I just put it a little bit on the outside edge because then it kind of like fills it in. Oh, I'm gonna make this bike color matches the roof, so let's try that. I think that that's the exterior complete though. Oh, I don't have a trash can anywhere. I guess they should probably be doing recycling if we're being completely honest with ourselves. So maybe they don't have a trash can anywhere at all. They only have the recycling machine. That's very unfortunate for them. It has to happen. Oh, and I didn't put any plants in this yet either, sorry. I was gonna do these. Some little bits of lavender. So cute. I think that's perfect. Should I have put like maybe a little bit more dirt underneath that part? Oh, I didn't even do this. There you go. Yeah, then there's like a little bit of dirt at the bottom of the walkway. I'm gonna come back to the patio. I wanna do the rest of the interior. You can use these grills off the grid, right? Yeah, okay. Maybe we could put this horse ranch one in. Okay, this is from Perfect Patio. It's like pretty modern, but I think in this case, modern is a good thing. So they've got a little dining table now, which should hopefully help them. They can cook, they can eat. Oh, this is clipping. Oh no, I didn't even realize that was a risk. Maybe we could put a little table right there to try and hide it. This Eco Lifestyle one does. We just gotta make sure it's rotated enough so it's not in the way. I think that works. I'm trying to think about what kind of fancy light fixture. I know we probably shouldn't be doing light fixtures at all, but I'm trying to think about what kind of nice light fixture would look good in here above the table. I tried this Eco Lifestyle one, but I don't think I like that it has the autumn leaves because that doesn't really match the color scheme. This one's fitness stuff, which I'm not trying to use another random stuff pack if it can be avoided. What about just like this little square? Simple, subtle. Okay, we probably also want to have some kind of light fixture above the dining table too. I might even just use one of the base game ones. We've got all base game light fixtures in here then. Get rid of that. Okay, that's good. I am very interested in these little green refurbished chairs from Eco Lifestyle, so I'm gonna put those on the dining table. I think we can also try this little wall planter that's got a very eco home energy to it. Oh, there's some really good shelves from Eco Lifestyle too that we could try. Maybe that's better to go in the dining room and we could switch these around. I think probably the dining table should move if we're gonna do that. Maybe I can put it on a slight angle. They should be able to walk around that still. I kind of like it. I feel like it's kind of interesting. Let's get a big plant. That one looks pretty good right there. I'm trying to get some simple clutter on this shelf in the kitchen. Can they have a fire alarm? Are these functional off-grid? That's a genuine question I don't really know the answer to. I feel like you would hope so, right? In real life, they're battery powered, and if they're hardwired, they at least have a backup battery. So I feel like they should be functional off-grid in the Sims. It doesn't say they are, but okay, that's what I've put on the shelves in the kitchen. I'm gonna give them an apron. I think that will be nice for the wall. Are any of these appliances functional off-grid? The pizza oven is. Also, the tea sets are. Maybe I'll use one of those. I think that's kind of cool. And then we at least have something on the kitchen counter. Okay, here's what I've got so far in this living space. I think we need to have a couple more things on this little table. That's not good enough. Maybe we could have this one from the Book Nook kit on this table. I kind of loved that though on the table. Maybe I will keep it. I just used this on the table, but I think I'm gonna move it and put it right there, and we'll put something else on the table. Oh, love this hanging plant. Let's put that in there too. And maybe the dining table could have this Adventure Awaits one, because that's pretty cute. I also think that I might put a couple of little clutter items on this. Okay, that's good. They're not gonna have a thermostat because I don't think they're gonna be allowed to have AC or anything in this house. You know what? Them having 2 bathrooms is maybe even a little bit extreme. But I guess now I don't really know what to do instead, so we're sticking with it. Let me paint the wallpaper. Paint the wallpaper. I meant paint the walls, sorry. I'm kind of interested in the idea of like this light green brick because I think that that kind of matches really well. So I figured I might try a bit of that. And then Adventure Awaits, of course, has the cabin-y paneling, but I don't really like it on that. I think I'm leaning more towards something like from Growing Together because this is a little bit more of a modern paneling, which I think might be better suited for the interior that we are making, at least like slightly better suited for it. And then the rest of it, honestly, we could probably just do white. I feel like there needs to be something on the wall on the side of this, but I don't really know about having more lights. I think that's probably bad. It's just like in a normal build, I'd probably put sconces right there, you know? But this is not a normal build. Let's just try that thing. It is another light, but I think it's worth it. Okay, in the bathroom, I think I would like to have a fancy counter. And then I kind of thought like maybe we get this expensive shower tub combo because your Sims are probably gonna need a tub. Maybe I won't do a bathroom counter. The more expensive the toilet, the more water efficient it is, which is probably what these people need. Maybe them using toilet paper is bad, because is that wasteful? Here's a little shelf that helps get some more color in here. And I just adore this sink. Oh, maybe we could give them, I was gonna say laundry, but I guess probably not, right? Maybe just like a closet. That's get together. It's very tight. Almost to the point of being too tight. But I think when I swap these things around and I have the sink on this side, it looks a bit more open. Should I close it off? I think that could be good. I think it's nice. Okay, there's a towel. Here's a little bathrobe. There's another towel. All right, let's do the other bathroom now. Okay, and like maybe this one could have just a shower instead of a shower and a tub because it's a little bit smaller. I like hit a plant in the corner. This is water efficiency 3. The tubs are more water efficient. This one especially, the Jet Set luxury bath. Let's do that instead of a shower just for fun. I wouldn't normally choose that, but I think it's kind of exciting. I could probably put this cute stuff above the tub. This is like a cute, colorful Adventure Awaits art print. I like that bathroom. All right, that just leaves us with 2 bedrooms and the greenhouse left to furnish. I'm gonna just paint them white first. Well, I think I'll be using Eco Lifestyle beds. I think I like this one a lot, so I'll probably use that one in here. In terms of other things for this sim, oh, let's use the Eco Lifestyle wardrobe item. And they could probably also have a desk. Getting a little bit carried away. Just giving them like all the fabricated furniture from this pack. I think I'll use this rug because there's another swatch that's like slightly different from the one that's in there. So we can just use the alternative version of it. I think they can have a lamp. I hope they can have a lamp. I really like that. I think that's actually very beautiful. A couple of other eco lifestyle things that I might want to put in here. I think I might do another one of the shelving unit because I feel like that matches pretty well. Okay, they don't get to have a computer or anything on the desk. They just have the desk. I think that's normal. I think inside of the greenhouse, oh my gosh, I just got an idea. What if in the greenhouse there's pottery? Because we could put a kiln in here. It doesn't have to be only greenhouse stuff. In fact, I think it's actually kind of exciting thinking about having some other things in here. Let me put a couple of like things around. You know, some decorative stuff. There's not exactly quite as much space for potted plants as you might hope, but I'm thinking that the people who live here, maybe they'll prioritize putting their main food inside of the greenhouse. So things that are used in like the most recipes, maybe like basil or like a tomato, you know, those kind of items, carrots, couple of vegetables, couple of fruits, because then you can grow them year round. And then out here you can plant more seasonal crops. Okay, I guess the last room now is the kids' room. I've kind of done this a little bit out of order. I'm interested in putting a fun wallpaper in the kids' room. Maybe like this one. I think that could be an interesting accent color. And we can mix it with like some yellow. Oh, that looks so good together. I don't think I've used these two wallpapers before, like as a pair at least. I've used them separately. That's a nice color scheme. There's actually a yellow bed from Eco Lifestyle too. So we can put this one. Little fabricated bed. I might honestly just use loads of the fabricated furniture. I mean, this dresser's not fabricated, but you know. Oh, we should have I was gonna say we should have a full-length mirror, but maybe it could just go in this kids' room, because that might fit a little bit better. I'm kind of going back and forth between kids' room and like ambiguous age, could be a teen, could be whatever. Oh, let's put some photos up. I love doing that. If you're gonna play here, that would be so nice to have like photos of your Sims family. And I didn't put them anywhere else. I really like that little craft set, so I might put that on the dresser. Oh, you know what I just realized? Paper crafting. I should have put paper crafting in here. That's perfect. I also probably should have given them like, I don't know, a playground or something. But I'll put a butterfly in the kids' room. And then I was kind of thinking we could have the little artist desk. We are no longer an ambiguous age. It's like pretty obviously a children's room now, but that's okay. Doormat. And then I wanted to get a little yellow rug in the kids' room. Is that one too big? Yeah. Well, maybe I could do it smaller and underneath the... Well, I could just go there. That's fine. I love that little lamp. That's kind of nice. And then I was thinking maybe this shelf could be above the bed because that's also Eco Lifestyle, but it kind of has like hooks and stuff. And then maybe I'll leave the house like that. I feel really good about how this all came together. I think it's a really good size too. I was worried that it was gonna be too big and then I thought it was gonna be too small, but in the end, I think this worked out nicely. I kind of want to play in it. I like kind of want to come play as a farmer with some chickens and live in this little house, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. Happy Earth Day, everybody. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up right here. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye. You know, I planted some flowers over the weekend and that was kind of me celebrating Earth Day. If you are doing anything today, please let me know. I am so curious.